Hey guys, so this is going to be the start of a new reading vlog where I'm reading new releases. So I totally forgot to make an intro for this, or I did make one and it got deleted somehow. So this is my intro. So I'm going to be reading Falls Boys, The Savage, and Always Been You by QB Tyler. They're all new releases. The Savage is a mafia romance, and I'm really excited to read that. And then Falls Boys is kind of a hate to love small town. It is the first book in the new series by Penelope Douglas, and I'm so excited for it. And I think they're like on the run for murder, not murder, but like they did something bad. I don't know, but I'm really excited to read. I think I'm gonna start with Falls Boys first. But yes, I'm very excited. And then I'm going to be reading Always Been You by QB Tyler, and that's a forbidden stepbrother, stepsister romance. I think the stepbrother is older, so it's very exciting. I'm super excited to read all of these books, and I'll update you when I read some. Hey guys, so I'm about 80 pages into Falls Boys, and it is so good. It is so action-packed. Okay, so first off, our heroine, Arrow, she is kind of a rebel. She's a baddie. So she lives in kind of a bad part of town in like the falls and stuff. And she is a drug dealer from what we get of the book from the beginning. And it's really interesting. And so she's trying to get money for her person, and they're like, if you don't do this, if you don't get this money for me, then you're gonna have to become a working girl, which is kind of like a prostitute, stripper, that kind of thing. And so she's trying to get this money, and something happens where it gets taken away from her. So she calls in a favor with Dylan Trent, who is the daughter of Tate and Jared. And so she goes and sees Dylan and tries to get money from her so that she won't come back empty-handed. And that's where she meets Hawk, our hero, and she punches Dylan in the face to try to get her money, and it's honestly so funny. I thought Hawk was going to be different, but he feels kind of like a good boy, like a goody two-shoes-esque so far. So that's really interesting. And so now she's kind of like on the run, and all of this, she's kind of on the run because of all this crazy stuff that's happening. I don't want to spoil anything. And she's in this like secret hideaway with Hawk and his friends, and something happened where her family life is hard because her mom is in the picture, but she's not a great mom. She's a stripper, which is that's not why she's not a great mom. It's because she kind of abandons her kids and is with this really bad guy because she doesn't want to pay her bills and stuff. And it's really interesting, and I just love Arrow's character so far. She's very interesting. She's honest, she's a rebel, and I just really like her so far. I don't really know what I'm getting through with Hawk. I need to definitely read more to find out about him. I need to read more about Hawk to kind of find out his personality and vibe. But from the way we're seeing it through Arrow's eyes, that all of the kids are kind of like spoiled and rich, and it's kind of irking me because I just love this character so much. But I think both of their like POVs are kind of gonna be like switched, I think, when they learn more about the other person and each other's like lives and stuff. So I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen. I can't wait to see some of the characters like Tate, Jared, Juliet. Love Juliet, Jax, Maddox, because he is so funny, and I love Fallon. She reminds me a little bit of Arrow too. But I'm really liking it so far. It's Sunday right now. I have been watching Bridgerton. I'm taking a break because I watched Bridgerton, and I have like 2 episodes left, but I'm not loving it so much, and I'm kind of disappointed. I like the first couple of episodes, but now it's definitely not anything like the book, and it makes me kind of mad. So anyways, I'm gonna watch Outlander tonight, the new episode. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, that's my plans. I'm gonna watch Outlander. Today is Sunday night, so it's also the Oscars, which is exciting. I'm gonna watch that too, but really focus on what I'm doing. But yeah, that's my plan for the night, and I'll update you guys soon. Hey guys, so I finished Falls Boys last night in like a day, and it was amazing. 5 stars. So good. So basically the whole book, they're kind of like a little bit on the run because of the stuff that I mentioned earlier. They kind of throw this like car in a pond that has a bunch of drugs in it, and make this like drug dealer turned police officer really mad, and like now they've hit out on them and all this crazy stuff. And so Hawk has this little hideaway where he hangs out to kind of just get away from everything, and he takes Arrow there, and it's so adorable and it's just so cute. Arrow is definitely a prickly character. She has never really felt love from anyone like as much as she really a lot of the time gives out love and doesn't really receive it from like her mother and her family, her friends and stuff, or the people that she thought were for her friends. And so throughout the book she really has to have Hawk convince her like, I want you, and I want to be with you, and I want to do these things with you, and it's just so good. I love seeing all the characters. I think Cade's book is next, but I don't know who it is with. But I thought from the Fall Away series, when we had that little novella, that it was going to be like a polyamorous or not polyamorous, but a love triangle between the 2 twins and Dylan. But I don't know if that's happening or not, so we'll have to see. But I just love the story. I loved how much Arrow cared for her siblings and was really trying to help them because it was a very bad home situation. Like I said earlier, their mom wasn't really in the picture. I mean, she was, but she wasn't just being a good mom to them, and I really loved that. And I loved seeing Juliet and Jax. They're one of my favorite couples in the series, and just seeing them open their arms to Arrow and being so open-minded, even though she kind of has that rep as a bad girl and not redeemable, but she totally is. And but I loved Hawk's character. He was very interesting because most of the time I feel like a lot of Penelope Douglas's heroes are very, you know, I don't know what the word, tough maybe. Not that he's not tough, but he was more vulnerable with the heroine, and he was a virgin, which I thought was really cool. And it was interesting kind of seeing it in a different view because a lot of the time the heroine is the virgin. And it was really interesting. I loved seeing how patient she was with him, and it was really like he was controlling their experiences, but they were both being very patient with each other, and I really loved that. And I just really liked it. I loved it. 5 stars. Penelope Douglas can do no wrong with me. I just love her books so much. So I think I'm gonna read The Savage next. I'm really excited. I think I can finish it today. It's Monday, and I work from home, so I'm going to be doing some reading and then working. But if you saw the Oscars last night, it was insane, like literally so crazy. Will Smith punching Chris Rock, I was just so confused. I honestly thought it was like a skit or something, or he didn't punch him, he slapped him, but it was crazy. It was so crazy. So if you're interested, definitely look up the video because it's crazy. I don't even know what to think. But anyways, I'm gonna do some reading, then might do some meal prepping because I like to meal prep some of my vegetables on Mondays. I'm gonna go work out later. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. Super excited. It's pretty cold here in St. Louis. But yeah, that's it, and I'll update you guys soon when I have something to update you with. Hey guys, so I'm a little over halfway through The Savage. So I started The Savage. That was the next book I read, and it's so good. So it's about Sabrina and Adric. I think it's Adric. And so they're both like alphas, and it's so good. So it starts off with Sabrina and Adric going on this date because he's like, the day after you get out of Kingmakers, which is like this mafia college in this world, I'm gonna take you on a date. And so they go on this like date, and she really like shows him who she is. She like steals his bike and all this crazy funny stuff. And then they have this like night of passion, and they both go back to Maine because that's where his family is right now. And it's so funny. They're like so obsessed with each other. And then flash forward to Sabrina now has to decide if she wants to go back to Kingmakers or go to Russia with Adric. And her dad really does not want her to go to Russia because he's scared of what she could do because she's so like wild and crazy and like fun like that. And he's a lot like that. Like, she definitely takes after her dad, and he knows what he was like when he was younger, so he's worried that she'll turn out like him or something worse. And so she decides to go to Russia, and she's helping Adric like grow their business, but it does deal with like a lot of drugs, which I thought was really interesting. They're like making all of these new drugs and stuff, and so she's like helping them, Adric, with that. And he has this like wolf pack of like the guys that's in his like inner circle, and at first they all like really don't like her, and she's kind of like this sunshiny like fun crazy heroine, and so she like gets him to like her, but this one guy still doesn't like her. And so they go on all these like adventures of trying out the new drugs and stuff and selling them, and it's really interesting. That's all that's really happened so far. It's definitely more not as action-packed as like the usual mafia. It's more like interesting, like the strategies and stuff with like the drugs and stuff, which I thought was really interesting. But I'm really liking it. I'm almost finished with it. It's a lot different than the Kingmaker series normally, and they definitely got together very quickly in the beginning of the book, and so it's kind of just like them together, but they say they love each other, but I don't know, it's kind of a weird dynamic. Like, it's not like your normal romance, I feel like. I mean, there's still going to be an HEA, but it's not like your normal setup. Like, it takes a while for them to get together normally, but they're already like have so much passion and stuff, and we kind of saw it in the other book, The Spy, of them being kind of not together, but like having a little tension. But I'm really enjoying it, and I really like both their characters. They're super fun. They're both crazy in a really good way. But yes, it is Tuesday now, and hopefully I can finish this today and maybe start Always Been You tonight, because I'm really enjoying it. And I think I can finish The Savage pretty quickly, but I'm super excited, and I'll update you guys soon. Hey guys, so I just finished filming a TBR cart like organizing video, and it took a lot out of me. It was an interesting time. I'm just walking around, but I did finish The Savage by Sophie Lark, and I'm gonna give it 4.5 5 stars ish. I really enjoyed it. It was crazy toward the end, but I feel like the end was dragged out a lot. And so I don't really remember where I left off. She was in Russia with him, and they were just doing all of their drug stuff. And then I think actually I'm going to give it 4 stars because nothing really happened. They were kind of just together the whole time, and then it was like the third act breakup. So I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It had a lot of steamy scenes that were very spicy and fun. So I did enjoy it. And then, so now I'm going to start Always Been You by Kiwi Tyler. I'm super excited. Hopefully I can finish it this morning. And then I can read some more. I need to read Lessons in Corruption and Welcome to the Dark Side for the Fallen Men readathon. So I'm super excited for that. And I look really not great, like a little sweaty, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get to that. It is a rainy day in St. Louis. So I'll just show you my reading and some stuff that I'm doing. So yeah, and I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, so I wanted to finish this reading vlog up. So I read The Savage, Always Been You, and Falls Boys by Penelope Douglas. So, Falls Boys, I gave 5 stars. It was so good, so incredible. I just loved it. It's like good girl, bad boy. I mean, no, it's bad girl, good boy vibes. And they kind of have to go like on this like hide away the whole like book because they're both like wanted for this like thing that they did together, and they slowly are falling in love, and they both kind of have stereotypes of each other, and they're kind of, both of them are opening their eyes to those stereotypes and realizing that's not really who this person is, which I really enjoyed. So 5 stars, so incredible, steamy, amazing. I love Hawke, and I loved like seeing all the characters again. It was just a great book, and I can't wait to read the rest of the series. I'm super excited. So then I read The Savage by Sophie Lark, and I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. So Sabrina and Adric, it's like the day after Sabrina gets out of school, and he's like, I'm going to meet you there. Like, she's been waiting like all year for this date, and he shows up, and they go on this like crazy like kind of journey to their restaurant that they're going to. It's really funny. She like steals his bike and stuff, and they're very like alpha hero and harem, which I really liked. And so they kind of spend the summer together in Oregon, and then she's supposed to go back to school, and she's deciding like, should I go back or should I go with Adric? And her dad is like, you really need to go back, and she doesn't really want to. She doesn't know what she wants. And so she decides to go with Adric to Russia, because that's where like his home base is. And they keep going with his like enterprise, and they're doing like drugs, like making new drugs and stuff. And so that's what they're really focusing on with their romance. And then stuff happens where they're distributing it, and Adric is maybe not seeing her as much as an equal as she wants, and so there's some like drama with that. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a little bit different, like plot-wise, like romance-wise, I mean, from Sophie Lark's books. It was very steamy, but I mean, they were kind of together for a lot of the book, and then there was like the 3rd act breakup, and then it kind of dragged a little bit at the end, but I still really enjoyed it. Like, I love Sabrina and Adric, and I'm definitely gonna recommend them and support them. And I really like the story, but just not as much as the rest of the series, if that makes sense. I really liked it. And then the last book I read was Always Only You, or something like that. I'll put it up. By QB Tyler. I loved this book. Gave it, I think, 4 stars. But it was so good. It's super steamy. So our heroine is in love with her stepbrother, and they've never really crossed that line before at all. And so it's like the day before Christmas break or something, and they're gonna drive up together to their parents' house, and they have like a night of passion together, and they kind of finally admit their feelings for each other, and it's so good. It is so steamy. He's so protective of her. It's definitely a classic QB Tyler book, and I just really loved it. It was great, super steamy. It was interesting seeing how different people reacted to their relationship, and I really enjoyed it. I think it did. I feel like it was, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was really good, but the end, kind of, they were like together, you know, and they were in harmony and stuff, and I was like, do we really need to keep going with, like, you know, their happiness? Even though I love seeing them happy together, it's just a little bit lagging at the end, but I really, really enjoyed it. I loved how obsessive they were with each other. It was so good, so highly recommend. This was a very successful reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun reading these books, and found some new favorites. So definitely leave down below some favorite new releases that you're excited for. I know there's definitely a couple I'm really excited for this coming April, especially the new Gianna Darling book. I'm like so excited for that. And I'll see you guys later.